the entire world is coming towards India for business. In real estate, we are number 3 in the world. But in human index, we are 130 in the world. Water is going to be a big challenge. I think there are 2-3 new dam projects coming up in near Bombay for Bombay. Today also, when you're using coastal road and you're seeing the whole skyline, you feel proud of your city, right? It was not the case 20 years ago.
Most of Mumbai buildings are going into redevelopment. और हम सभी को जानना होता है कि हम कहीं फंस न जाए. Today we are switching worlds from the inner landscape to the city skyline. My guest has spent over 25 years shaping Mumbai itself. He is an architect who has designed residential, commercial, industrial and institutional projects. He is co-founder of CY Corp. So let's welcome Milind. Welcome to BU with Shraddha S. Milind.
Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure to have you with us today. So yes, let's talk about your journey. A very rare dual kind of a skill set you have developed, design architect and licensing. So please tell us about your journey. आपने ये दोनों चीजें कैसे इकट्ठा ला दी हैं?
Well, accidents happen. And I was mainly into design.
Yes.
And then slowly something happened and I had to get into licensing for some reason.
Okay.
And I think it worked perfectly for me. I truly believe if somebody wants to get into real estate, having a perfect knowledge of real estate, designing, licensing is essential. And without this, I don't think you can be a success. So even if you have a good design architect, if he doesn't have the basic background of the rules and regulations, most designs will fail and a lot of reprocesses happen. So it's quite an essential thing and I think it worked for us very well.
So मुझे बताइए जब से आपने start किया है, I think back in 2003.
On my own, yes.
Yeah. उसके बाद से till date, how the real estate scenario has changed?
It's been very interesting journey. I mean, 2003, there were times एक developer ने plot नहीं खरीदा होता है.
हाँ.
सिर्फ प्लान बनाता है उस पर फ्लैट बेच देता था.
जी.
So a lot of people got cheated that way. So I have seen that era where there was total irregularity or you can say non-professionalism even in development. From there, I think from 2003 to 2012, we've seen a lot of these wrongdoings happening. In 2012, I think there was a municipal commissioner, Shri Shubodh Kumar, and he brought in an absolute change in real estate development by something called fungible FSI.
Right.
So all those illegalities like flower beds and things like that got totally streamlined. So that's when the first step of real estate industry in Mumbai has changed. Then came the automation process where everything went online. And Shri Ajay Mehta was a municipal commissioner and he did a lot of work in bringing the entire licensing process online, brought in absolute transparency. And that's where professionals like us who were young at that time and who wanted to practice with absolute or certain morality in place, helped us to come up with clean and transparent way of approving the matter and designing as well. And we didn't have to worry about कौन complain करेगा, क्या करेगा, कुछ illegal काम हो गया, वो सब streamline हो गया.
Right.
Then came RERA, 2016-17. I think that was the best turnaround point where accountability came onto the developers on whether it is title, whether it is approvals, whether it is anything that they did in the real estate industry of withdrawing funds or using those funds that were mentioned that was required for this particular project. And now came the COVID, which is 2019-20, where we are seeing the entire boom happening.
Yeah.
Post the COVID.
Yes.
And that's where we all are thriving today in the real estate. The redevelopment has shot through the roof. So it's been quite a pleasurable journey from 2003 to 2026. We've seen lots of twice or thrice ups and downs. It's given us good amount of experience to understand what is needed to be done, when it's need to be done, and how it's need to be done.
So मिलिंद हमें ये बताइए लाइजनिंग आपने जब से स्टार्ट किया है तब से लेके आपका सिस्टम कैसे वर्क होता है और आपने बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग डेवलपमेंट्स उसमें करी है जिसके बारे में हमने बात की थी. सो प्लीज डिटेल में हमें बताइए कि हाउ इनोवेटिव थिंग्स यू हैव एडेड टू दिस लाइजनिंग सेक्शन.
So our in-house team,
जी.
we've developed certain processes. We've developed apps. We've developed a lot of AI being used in the office recently. We have a model where we are investing a lot into R&D, research for various processes. developing those processes to automate them. So we're trying to bring a lot of transparency and accountability. We also do project management consultancy. So we set up a complete website for the societies. All the processes are online. The tendering is online. Nobody can complain. All the meetings are YouTube streamed. So we bring a lot of technology into our work. And not since now, but since years. It used to be lesser. Now it's grown over and over and over. And now we can see a substantial progress in the use of technology. And that helped us develop a name for ourselves, that we work with absolute transparency and accountability.
Okay. So any developer can just come to you and with a plot or whatever, and you are there to get all the permissions and everything done?
Absolutely. I mean, in a sense, whenever a developer comes to us, in fact, we work out the strategy for him. So as a consultant, we are not just somebody who just does designing or getting approvals. We work out which other schemes are possible, which multiple situations are possible, what is ideal for this kind of scenario. Because we are doing so many projects in the area, we know this is the already development happened. We know our competitors very well.
Yeah.
We study our competitors very well. We keep ourselves completely tracked on what is happening around us, not just by us.
Right.
So we are able to guide our team of developers very well and various schemes and what needs to be done, and that helps them and that helps us.
That's fantastic. Let's talk about redevelopment. Yeah. How does one like any building, how does we know that we are qualified for the redevelopment?
आज तो ऐसा हो गया कि सब लोग को redevelopment करना है.
जी.
Whereas, ideally a building at least of 30 years of age should get into redevelopment. Because we're seeing an upstream of or absolute spurt of redevelopment. FSI has been enhanced by the government. Even buildings less than 30 years, 20 years or 10 years now want to again go back for redevelopment, which is actually a criminal waste of resources. And we are putting an extra strain on the water supply, electricity for no rhyme or reason.
All the resources and
all the resources. And what was done is not even utilized properly. So ideally a building which is more than 30 years of age needs to go for redevelopment. And they need to follow a set of norms where they appoint the right set of consultants. They follow a process called 79A, which is a tendering process. It is a guidelining process, not a compulsory. But if they follow it, makes it very easy. Keep it clean, transparent. Go for the best brands. Go with a trusted developer and not just the highest offer. I think you're smooth to go.
Yeah. Could you name some developers who you are already working with, or people can?
Today we are working with almost most of them. We work with every brand in the industry, whether it is the Tatas, the Mahindra, the Godrej, Rustomji, MICL, both the Runwals, both the Hirandani. I mean, the list is endless. I think taking names would be an injustice if I forget some names. But yes, it's been quite a journey with all the brands, and a lot of good brands who are corporates are now coming to real estate because they understand the transparency that has come in, and it has promoted them to come in or step into this field, which was earlier never their domain of things.
So ये अच्छी बात है, ये बुरी बात है?
बहुत अच्छी बात है.
Really?
Because you understand, today if you want to buy a flat, you would trust a developer like Godrej or Tata or Mahindra because they know कि market ऊपर जाए या नीचे जाए, ये लोग complete करके जाएंगे project. They are not dependent on your money coming in, and which is a big factor. Plus they charge you a premium, which improves your pricing of real estate in future to come. They give you the best of the amenities. They've proved themselves again and again since in the last 6 years that they've delivered projects with absolute finesse. So why not?
So companies like Godrej, Mahindras and Tatas, when they are coming in real estate market, but जो already यहाँ के खिलाड़ी है, the names like Hiranandani's, Rustomji and all that. So how do you look at this scenario?
All of them have upscaled their deliverables. They all are working towards delivering a quality project, whether it is Hirandani, whether it is Rustomji, you should see their projects. They all have been upskilling. All of us have to learn, and competition is always good.
Right.
It improves us. It never takes us down. So whoever does the best gets it.
Milind, हमें बताइए, how a typical journey from getting the approvals, like once we decided to go for redevelopment. So right from the approvals to execution, how a normal or a typical journey looks like the steps.
So the first process starts, I mean, if it's a society, it will start with the process of appointing of consultants, tendering, getting a DA into the place. And once the offers have received by them in terms of the quantitatively, they should look at the designs, the qualitative aspect. Never imbalance them. You must look at the quantity as well as the quality with equal finesse. And once that is done, I think a lot of detailing in terms of designing is required by various consultants, whether it is a landscape architect, the design architect, the lighting consultants. Various consultants are there.
Right.
A consolidated proposal is prepared. Then it goes for the approvals. Environmental approvals are required. Subsidiary approvals are required, whether it's a mono, metro, and all those kinds of NOCs are required. Title needs to be clear. Once that is done, then the project starts. And once the project starts, I think fastest completion is the key to a project. Like we've done project of 20 stories in 22 months from CC to OC. We've done a project which is 40 stories with 4 basements in 3 years and 6 months, which are for the existing members.
Okay.
That speaks, and that's volumetric in terms of deliverables. Once you are able to do that, the faith of people enhances into the industry.
You
And that's what we
automatically
require.
gain the trust.
Yeah, I mean, हम लोग गाड़ी लेते हैं,
जी
5 लाख की गाड़ी लेते हैं, उसमें हम लोग इतना सब चेक करते हैं और डिलीवरी के बाद
जी
ये सब सोचते हैं.
हाँ
यहाँ हम लोग रियल एस्टेट के अंदर करोड़ों डालते हैं और अगर टाइम पे डिलीवरी नहीं मिले,
राइट
which has been the situation earlier, just imagine what kind of debt trap we are into.
आपको क्या लगता है कि ऐसी कौन सी प्रोसेस है या फॉर्मेलिटी या जो अप्रूवल्स होते हैं जो सोसाइटी सबसे ज्यादा अंडर एस्टिमेट करती है एंड दैट ब्रिंग्स अ ट्रबल और आगे जाके उनको इशू फेस करना पड़ता है?
सबसे ज़्यादा सोसाइटीज को ये देखना होता है कि उनके पास कन्वेंस है कि नहीं. सबसे पहले a lot of the societies, क्योंकि उनको डेवलपर ने जब दिया है तो कन्वेंस करते ही नहीं है, तो कन्वेंस का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है. सो दैट इज वन थिंग दे मस्ट गेट इट डन. एंड देयर आर सेवरल हाई कोर्ट ऑर्डर्स एंड वेरियस ऑर्डर्स व्हिच हेल्प देम गेट दोज conveyance in place. So once the title is clear, they've crossed first half of the situation. Thereafter, they must make sure that whatever has been committed gets into writing, into a development agreement with a nice clauses of termination, penalties, and all those aspects into place. Then vacate their homes.
Right.
Without all of this into place and without the approvals in place, never ever vacate your house. Just because the developer says so. In fact, most developers will not say so today. Post-COVID, a lot of streamlining, and I think a lot of educated developers are also into place who have realized that you can't make those mistakes which were done earlier. So once this process is done, then I think construction is quite sequential. Then nothing to worry about. In fact, people worry about whether the defects liability period, the quality of construction, but that also a lot of technological advantages happen. And once you're trusting in a brand, that is the least of your problems. If you're trusting in a non-brand, you must monitor during construction.
Right.
That is a very key factor.
Yeah.
To know the quality of the project.
Yeah. And is there any parameter? I mean, how do one, like people like who are going and opting for a redevelopment, how would they understand the quality of construction? How is it going to happen? Whatever is developer promising, is he really following it? So how do one find out?
So I think the first thing, today information is available online.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is once you've shortlisted a home or a house, or you're into redevelopment, you go to the RERA website. All the parameters of the project are uploaded there.
Okay. That's a must for
That's a must. And उसके साथ क्या होता है कि अगर डेवलपर के कोई litigation matters है, he has to reveal out there in RERA.
Okay.
So that also is known to you. So once you know this, you can cross-verify with again BMC plans whether they have been approved or not. You have, I mean, once you shortlist a house, some amount of exercise you have to do or get a professional to help you do that. Never believe कि भाई अरे ये हमारा ब्रोशर प्लान है, हम अप्रूवल लाने वाले, अप्रूवल में कुछ और है, हम वो करके लाएंगे 1 महीने में. नहीं. जो तुमको दिखाया जा रहा है वही अप्रूवल होना चाहिए और वही करना चाहिए. Somewhere if you miss that bus in the hurry of doing things, you're gonna fall somewhere.
Okay.
So information is available to you. Checklist is available to you. Appoint a small, even if you're doing a small house or buying a small house, all the information is available. So might as well get it verified, ascertain yourself. Then the next biggest thing that you need to do is, what is the brand? What are the previous projects they delivered? Make the effort of seeing at least one site. इसके पहले वाला.
Right.
अच्छा काम किया है, आधा काम करके चले गया है, पेंटिंग एक साइड का करके नहीं गया है, वो देख के आओ. क्योंकि you must know कि भाई what was his previous track record. So once you know his previous track record, I think you are in much safer hands.
Right, right. And all the information other than what is given is also available on the website or the RERA sites or something like that?
So when you go to Google, you try MahaRERA. 90% of the information is available on the MahaRERA for a particular project.
Including what kind of material, what brand material you're going to use? No, nothing like that?
So the finishing is never mentioned out there. The finishing is part of your brochure.
Okay.
And the brochure becomes part of your agreement. So
Right.
today, one thing is mentioned very clearly कि अगर रेरा में अगर आपके ब्रोशर में कुछ लिखा है तो वो एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. यू कैन नॉट बैक आउट ऑफ दैट कि भाई ये ब्रोशर में लिखा था, डेवलपमेंट एग्रीमेंट या एग्रीमेंट में नहीं लिखा हुआ, वो नहीं चलता. सो इवन हाई कोर्ट्स हैव गिवन गुड ऑर्डर्स टू दैट इफेक्ट कि अगर आपने कुछ दिखाया है आपको देना है, या दिखाओ मत.
और अगर वो नहीं दिया, या कैसे फाइंड आउट करें कि जो लिखाया है ब्रोशर में वही दे रहे हैं?
जो दिखाया वो तो आपको मालूम है, जो मिल रहा है तब पता चलेगा. अगर मिसमैच है तो आप रेरा में जा सकते हो, कंप्लेंट फाइल कर सकते हो, उसको पेनल्टी लग सकती है, या उसको आपको कैंसिलेशन कराना है तो वो कैंसिलेशन हो सकता है, आपको इंटरेस्ट के साथ पैसे वापस मिल सकते हैं. अ लॉट ऑफ रेमेडीज आर अवेलेबल. इट टेक्स टाइम, बट अनलाइक अर्लियर टाइम्स रेमेडीज आर अवेलेबल टुडे.
राइट, राइट. बहुत ज्यादा स्कोप नहीं है जहाँ पे यू कैन बी फूल्ड.
So most developers will not also make false claims today,
राइट.
because they know that RERA will give punitive actions, and पैसा immediately देना पड़ता है. नहीं होता है तो वापस कोर्ट भी उनको रिलीफ नहीं देती है.
That's right. मिलिंद, हमें बताइए क्या सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन रीजंस है जो प्रोजेक्ट डिलीवर करने में डिले हो जाता है, या जो आपको कमिटेड टाइम है उसमें डिले होने की, व्हाट आर द कॉमन रीजंस?
आई थिंक सबसे ज़्यादा क्या होता है कि जब रीडेवलपमेंट करते हैं तो कौन सी स्कीम में रीडेवलप करते हैं. अगर आप एडिशनल FSI TDR की एक स्कीम होती है जहाँ पे आप मार्केट से TDR खरीद रहे हो और वो स्कीम में आप गए हो तो कंसेशन अप्रूव हो जाते हैं. लेकिन शायद बिल्डर क्या करता है, कुछ डेवलपर्स वो पैसे एक साथ नहीं लगाना चाहता, तो बोलता है कि भाई मेरे ओवरऑल बिल्डिंग अप्रूव्ड है, लेकिन मैं जैसे जैसे पैसे आएंगे मैं FSI खरीदूंगा और लोड करते जाऊंगा. अब कल उठ के उसको पैसे नहीं आए और वो खरीद नहीं पा रहा है, तो प्रोजेक्ट डिले होते जाता है. और एक बार वो डिले सीक्वेंस में गया और एक साल निकल गया, वो प्रोजेक्ट सीधा डब्बे में, फिर उसे कोई नहीं बचा पाता जब तक उसे निकाला नहीं जाता. सो इफ द प्रोजेक्ट इज वेयर द अप्रूवल्स आर डन इन स्टेजेस, यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल. बट अगर आपको ब्रोशर में दिखा कि 30 माले का बिल्डिंग है और 30 माले का अप्रूवल है, इंक्लूडिंग परचेज ऑफ FSI, देन यू आर इन मच सेफर हैंड्स.
राइट. मिलिंद, हमें बताइए व्हाट इज PropTech इन सिंपल टर्म्स?
Property technology. And our is a few company as an architectural consultant. We are also into PropTech. We have developed a couple of apps. One is called Realink. It's a free app for anyone to use. Anyone can use it.
What
Download
is it called?
Realink. REALINC.
Okay.
And every rules, regulations, court orders, judgment copies, expert talks who are from the industry for redevelopment, for various aspects, for GST, taxation, everything to do with real estate is there. There are chat groups where you can ask Q&A. There's an AI bot where you can ask Q&A and it gives you reply. So even a common man can use this particular app and he can get the information he wants to understand the basics. The second is called Stallion, which is like an ERP software. But इट्स अ डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड वर्जन. नॉर्मली ERP कैसा रहता है कि भाई सेल्स वाला अपना काम करता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाला अपना काम करता है, फिर उनको एक दूसरे से बात करने के लिए मिलना पड़ता है. हमने वो सारा एक ही ऐप में डाल दिया, उसको डिसेंट्रलाइज, हर आदमी अपना अपना काम करेगा. और बैकएंड में सॉफ्टवेयर में हमने कोडिंग ऐसे रखी है कि वो पूरा एक दूसरे को अपना अपना काम बताते जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है, आपने एस्टिमेट किया कि सीमेंट का कॉस्ट 300 रुपये है और आपने 320 में ले ली, वो भी ऐप से ले रहे हो, कॉस्ट बढ़ गया. अब आपको प्रॉफिट, आपने डिसाइड किया कि मेरे को 20% प्रॉफिट चाहिए, अपने आप सेल्स वाले को आज का रेट मिल जाएगा इन मिली सेकेंड्स. सो ही डजंट हैव टू वेट फॉर एनीबॉडी टू टेल हिम कि आज का कैलकुलेशन करना है, बैठना है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर नॉट नीडेड. सो दिस app that we developed for B segment developers who were not that organized. You know, normally AAA, I have got very expensive softwares with them. We developed this software for them so that, which is the cost also is hardly anything. एक मैनेजर की सैलरी भी नहीं है महीने की, उतना कॉस्ट है उसका. और they become so organized that by the end of the project, they know their exact profit loss. They know what they can do, what not they can do. Even permissions, अगर कुछ expire हो रही है तो उसको time पे उसको revalidate कर दे. A lot of things are built into this particular app, and more than 150 projects are happening in just 2 years of span of time. So it's a quite a successful venture till date, and we are very happy and the kind of deliverables we are giving.
So अभी जो आपकी team है, you also use the same app to get the things done?
Yes, so we've developed ऐप के अंदर हमने एक प्रोफेशनल वर्जन भी रखा हुआ है, एंड दैट इज इवन नाउ वी गोना लॉन्च इट फॉर आउटसाइडर्स आल्सो, व्हिच इज फॉर ड्राइंग मैनेजमेंट बिटवीन वेरियस कंसल्टेंट्स. जैसे स्ट्रक्चरल होते हैं, एमईपी होते हैं, लाइटिंग होते हैं. दैट ऐप विल ऑर्गेनाइज दैट. इट विल आल्सो ऑर्गेनाइज द परमिशन मैनेजमेंट. इट विल आल्सो ऑर्गेनाइज देयर staff management, everything in one app. So for professionals, we're going to come up with a special model. Very now, till now, my staff is using it.
Okay.
But we're going to come out that for the open market at a very reasonable cost for unlimited number of projects.
So how hard or easy is it to convince old school contractors or developers to go for it and use it?
I think यही सवाल अगर कोविड के पहले होता बहुत डिफिकल्ट था. Post COVID, everybody is a smartphone user.
Right.
95% of the people.
Right.
5% may not be. Even a truck driver has a smartphone.
Yes.
So it's very easy for people to say, and the software we've developed is like using WhatsApp. So if you can use WhatsApp, you can use our software. So it's very easy for them, and it's very easy to convince now. So it's not at all a difficulty, believe me.
Milind, let's talk about your office now. I remember the day for the opening, I was there. Right from entering, like, every step I took, I was like amused. It is like an art gallery. So please talk about the concept and the idea behind creating such a lovely, beautiful space. It's like a museum. Please tell me.
I think the credit goes to my wife, Jasleen. She's the designer for that particular office. And she's worked with an architect called Jeffrey Bawa in Sri Lanka. And she's got this use of natural materials. So we were able to use and all Indian materials only. So we have not used anything which is non-Indian.
And most of the elements are like your natural elements, right?
Absolutely. So we used, whether it's a lighting, whether it is the artwork, whether it is a flooring, everything that is locally sourced.
Right.
And believe me, our old office was 95% reused.
Wow.
So we used even the doors of the old office again.
Sustainability
was the key. Yeah. So that, and I think my mother-in-law and both were into art. So we decided that we'll have an art gallery with the office. That space is a multi-use space. So every Saturday we have a workshop. We had a comedy show by Punit Panmia. We had a dance program. We keep workshops for societies. We keep workshops for our own teams. We educate them. We call some external people to come and talk out there. So Saturdays are days where we bring in knowledge and education for our team. Sometimes fun. We conduct art classes for them. So even though our team is into licensing or designing, I think everybody wants that breakthrough sometimes.
Wow.
So that space is a multi-use space, and I think it's working pretty well. We've got a team of 100 plus, and some of the team members are there for more than 15, 20 years with us, and that speaks.
That's fantastic. In fact, we are doing the same thing here at Masakali Mehfils. So we keep small events. We want people to come. We recently conducted a dance workshop. We have some bhajans and we have haldi kumkum, and just trying to keep some cultural activities here to get people together and build a small community.
Absolutely. I think
That's so much fun.
As an Indian, we've got so many things happening in the entire country, and so much of art and architecture, or so much of things to learn within the people in our background. I think it makes sense.
So your company, CY Corp, and what problems does it solve in real estate? I mean, what do you think, what are you best at?
Well, I don't know what I'm at best at, but our company does a lot of verticals. It's called CY, that stands for Changani Yomesh. I'm Milind Changani, my partner is Yomesh Rao. And we've got an extension called CY Corp NAD, which is Nakul and Ajay.
Okay.
So we've got architectural design, we've got interior design, we've got licensing services, we've got project management consultancy for the societies for development, and we've got a PropTech firm. So these are the core 5 verticals that we are into, and we have an art gallery. So we focused ourselves into multiple things. Yes, licensing is where we are doing almost 450 plus projects. Designing, we're doing around 80, 90 projects. PropTech, we're doing more than 150 projects. So since we've been working with so much of transparency and we've got an experience of most of the partners are 25-year-old experiences. So that brings a lot to the table.
The
And that's
expertise
helped
of
us.
each person, I think.
Expertise of each person is very different.
Right, right. Milind, आपने already mention किया है कि you're using a lot of technology in your apps and everywhere. Also AI, right? So आपको AI को लेके आपका क्या next जो एक real estate में next 5 years में AI is helping you or making your work much easier in a way देखा जाए तो, but secondly जैसे बोलते हैं कि एक human touch, human mind जो होता है उसका जादू अलग ही होता है. You being an design architect also and licensing person also, how would you see AI in next 5 years in real estate?
True. So human touch is not going to go, but AI is an absolute aid. What work you could do in 10 days, you can do in less than a day. And mistakes are avoided. For example, what happens is all of us run offices where people are coming and going, right? Now, the experience that person had also goes with him.
Right.
But in AI, you are converting that experience into a process. Once you made it into a process, no matter who comes and goes, follows the same experience and takes it further down. So whether we are using AI and develop processes for liaising or for designing or in PMC or any aspects of our vertical, what we've added is the experience of the person to make the job simpler and with accuracy. So whenever the next guy comes, he uses that, gets the answer, and then verifies it and learns from that experience.
Right.
And he upskills himself. So it's a win-win situation for both. So any newcomer also gets upskilled immediately and nothing is lost. And my AI keeps updating itself with the knowledge if it's made a mistake somewhere, which slowly and steadily as you progress, it becomes quite thorough.
Right. मिलिंद, जैसे हम देख रहे हैं कि डे बाय डे हाई राइजेस बिल्कुल बढ़ रहे हैं. एवरी डे देयर इज अ न्यू प्रोजेक्ट कमिंग अप. व्हाट डू यू थिंक, लाइक बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के मामले में हम कैसे कोप अप कर पाएंगे इन फ्यूचर?
So you're right. I think that's a serious problem. And infrastructure wise, देखो, एक तो है vehicular load, उससे भी बड़ा होगा water and electricity.
Yeah.
And water is going to be a big challenge. I think there are 3 new dam projects coming up in near Bombay for Bombay. One is a Gargai Dam project, which has already been avoided, and I think it'll be ready by 2029. Then there is a desalination plant in Manori that is happening. There are 2 new thermal power plants made for the Bombay, which is going to supply. But still, what is going to happen is that we are already at 22 million plus 23 million, the entire Mumbai region. And next 20 years, we're going to cross 30 million. And these additions are not enough for 30 million. So you have to start thinking 50 years from now. Like the Britishers, when they designed roads in the South Bombay, they didn't have so many cars, yet they designed wide roads.
Right.
I mean, they thought of elephants probably. I don't know what they thought about, but they did, right?
Yeah.
So we have to think 50 years from now. Of course, you see, infra development by the state is always like a relay race. Previous government ने अगर slow चले तो आगे का government कितना भी तेज भागेगी, it'll fall short of the running race.
Right.
So one has to understand that a lot of work is happening, but we are still not matched up. The second biggest infra problem is the immediate public transport and walkability.
Right. So the coastal roads, metros and all that,
Everything
do you think
is
is gonna...
Yeah, it's brilliantly. Today also, when you're using coastal road and you're seeing the whole skyline, you feel proud of your city, right?
Yeah,
It was not the case 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When you use Atal Setu, the moment you're approaching back Bombay, you see nice high rises and you say, oh, I can see beautiful Bombay, right?
Yeah.
Why do we say that?
Yeah.
Why do we feel proud of it? Because the rules directed the change of real estate to go in that direction. And high-rise buildings, in fact, today we're working on the tallest and the second tallest tower. More than 311 meters, one of our buildings, 306 meters is the other building. And within 3 years, it'll be up. So we're going to see some really fantastic development happening across Bombay.
Right. So how do we use the sustainability or the green projects when we are building these high-rise buildings and infra?
So here, I think the government has to have a twofold approach. One is, promote large-scale development. Now, why do you say large-scale development? I'm not saying that you should promote only brands, right? I mean, it's not my business to say a smaller developer should not do project or business. But you have to understand that when a small independent building gets developed, it develops on its own without much sustainability factors. Now, sustainability doesn't mean khali thoda solar dal diya. When you're doing a large scale project, you have to provide something called an STP, sewage treatment plant, which will recycle the entire water supply, and 80% of the water that you were using, you are recycling it for flushing, for gardening and for firefighting. So अगर एक आदमी को 100 लीटर दिए गए हैं, कम से कम 40-50 लीटर तो इसमें से आ जाएंगे.
Right.
That means while you are increasing the density, you are reducing the consumption. Now you need water only for drinking. You need आपको पानी सिर्फ नहाने के लिए और पीने के लिए चाहिए, which the government can supply.
Right.
So the projects that are being placed will work perfectly if you are doing a sustainable development with water recycling, with waste management.
Right.
So, because these, when you say while it recycles water, it converts waste also into, like, a large society will have just 2 guni bags of wastage at the end of 1 month. So that means you did not put wastage in the drainage system.
Right.
So even that is effective. Whereas a small development will put everything into it. In fact, we have projects where we have so much water, sometimes treated water we have to put into SWD.
Oh, okay.
That's the situation.
Okay.
Right? Because you're not able to store it.
That's right.
So apart from rainwater harvesting, so a larger projects are much more critical for sustainable development.
Yeah.
The problem from the government side is you need to provide additional incentives. If somebody is doing these parameters, there should be some property tax rebate. क्योंकि मैं कम यूज कर रहा हूँ ना, खाली पानी कम यूज कर रहा हूँ, वो तो मीटरिंग पे है, समझ सकता हूँ, लेकिन मैं ओवरऑल भी सिटी पे लोड कम डाल रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं एक इंफ्रा पे इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ मेरे बिल्डिंग के अंदर. Am I getting some benefit? It is there in many other states, but it's not there in Maharashtra.
Okay.
It was there on paper, but it never translated into reality.
Okay.
So I think there the government needs to focus. If somebody is doing a green certified building, it should be gold and platinum minimum. There are various stages: platinum, gold, silver, and basic certified. Basic and silver should not be given benefits. It should be gold and platinum. Why? Because people will now be motivated to do that.
Yeah, if there's some reward, I think
there is some record. Then it becomes very easier for them to do that. So I think this is the future.
Right.
If you don't do that, you have to invest thousands and lakhs of crores into other parameters, this is simpler, I say.
Yes. Now you can see, Milind, जैसे air quality. जी. So I think इसमें बहुत major role है real estate development and redevelopments, whatever are happening. It was worst in last few months, but it's got a little better. So do you have any suggestions, or what is your take on the air pollution that's happening because of the real estate?
I have a brilliant take on this.
Yeah.
Now, BMC made us install AQI meters and everything, right? So my site पे work नहीं चालू था, लेकिन AQI मीटर में pollution दिख रहा था.
Oh.
क्यों? हवा तो same है ना?
Right.
तो अगर pollution by vehicles is not measured separately, how will you measure vehicle pollution in my site?
Right.
So air is not localized कि मेरे site पे AQI अलग होगा और city में AQI अलग होगा. There is a vehicular pollution as well. There is a pollution by infrastructure projects as well. A lot. In fact, the real estate development today is using measures to counter certain things. But yes, never say it's enough. Otherwise people become एकदम complicit के भाई और कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you should learn from countries like China, where they cover the entire site so that the dust doesn't go outside, and that is what needs to become a compulsion.
Right.
So either you make a bubble or you cover the site to a certain extent, so the updraft of during, especially in dry season like summer, you can find them much higher, the dust particles. So pollution is about harmful chemicals as well as the dust particles. So you have to worry about all of that, but you can't say that it's only because of real estate. It's also because of vehicular pollution and other aspects. But yes, we need to work on it. I mean, there's a lot to do on this particular subject.
But do you think so real estate has a major role in this or no?
It's actually not a major role. That is where people feel that real estate ki wajah se, but what happens is you can't stop driving, right? So you have to stop something else. So it's a knee-jerk reaction where you stop something to make sure that the air levels come proper. Like everybody will say, "Oh, बंद हो गया तो देखो कितना अच्छा हो गया." लेकिन वो एक अकेला फैक्टर नहीं था. There were a lot of factors.
मिलिंद, आप personally जो है luxury in real estate कैसे define करोगे?
Luxury is defined by a developer based on his clientele. Somebody wants a branded Louis Vuitton or somebody wants something else branded. For somebody, a ramp parking is a luxury. For somebody, having an amenity like fitness center and a pool is a luxury. So different clientele demand different luxury levels. And always brand yourself luxury. आपको बोलूंगा सस्ता लोगे तो आप लोगे नहीं लोगे क्यों किसी को भी नहीं चाहिए सस्ता आप 1 करोड़ की आइटम भी लो या 50 लाख की आइटम लो अगर आप मैं उसको सस्ता सस्ता मार्केट करूंगा तो कोई नहीं लेगा पर उसके अंदर भी अगर मैं उसको क्वालिटी को एनहांस करूं कि दिस इज द बेस्ट क्वालिटी इन दिस प्राइस ब्रैकेट दैट इज अ लग्जरी सो दिस इज हाउ आई वुड डिफाइन दैट it should be based on your clientele.
What is luxury for you? As in, if you want to buy a luxury house, what would you see in a project?
I need a large bathroom and a large walk-in wardrobe.
All right. Okay. And what do you think about these green zones which they are making in many buildings, like the gardens or the walking track or artificial forest they are creating? So
I think this is a need of the city. You see, a city like Mumbai does not have the number of parks. In fact, the percentage of per person is the lowest in the world. You know, India is the most populous country, is number one in terms of the population. Then comes China.
right,
Right? We have surpassed them. In real estate, we are number 3 in the world. But in human index, we are 130 in the world. So we need to progress in those parameters to upbring our quality of life. So these are all arrangements that we need to constantly keep doing. In fact, I would say walkability is the key to any success city. I mean, somebody likes to go to New York or London because they can walk easily. You can't do it in Bombay, right? So you need to come out with new strategies. I mean, maybe the front open space of every building could be added to the, not road, but the pavement area or public art. You improve the quality aspect of the living.
Now, from a buyer's point of view, Milind, हमें बताइए कि what should one check before investing in a project?
I think the first and foremost thing is to check all the approvals. Go to the RERA website, check the approvals. Once you've checked the approvals, check the title. Once you've checked the title, see if there are any litigations. You've clicked all of the 3. Check the brand of the developer or the trusted developer that you're going for and his previous projects. If he has delivered a good project previously and he's a good brand, go ahead. No problem.
For a buyer, there is always this dilemma कि under construction में बुक करे या ओसी आने के बाद करे बिकॉज आपको प्राइस थोड़ा कम मिल जाता है अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन में बट ओसी के बाद एक कॉन्फिडेंस और सेफ्टी होती है कि ओसी आ गया सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस
सो इज अ नीड फॉर एग्जांपल काफी टाइम क्या होता है कि आपके पास भी पूरे पैसे नहीं होते आपको ही एक इंस्टॉलमेंट फैसिलिटी चाहिए होती है so then if you go for a good reputed developer I keep insisting this reputed and branded or not for the purpose of promoting a brand but trust a lot of malafis have happened in the past so you need to go into a good hands you're spending crores of money once you trust a brand whether it's under construction or completed project depends on your financial capacity you can buy a ready product go for the ready product you can want to buy a deferred payment and you want to go for under construction it's a choice you have today
real estate as an investment आपकी क्या राय है
real estate should be first your requirement and if you go for good real estate it becomes a good investment you don't have to treat real estate as an investment moment you treat it as you need it for yourself yes once your principal house is done and now you're investing in real estate again think the first part is this best for me if it's best for you it will be a good investment
now वो थोड़ा सा डिप्लोमेटिक आंसर हो गया हमें बताइए कि अगर किसी को इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से रियल एस्टेट मुंबई में स्पेशली सेकंड फ्लैट खरीदना चाहिए थर्ड फ्लैट खरीदना चाहिए
absolutely I don't see why not you see the entire world is coming towards India for business. As I said, we are third on the real estate industry in the world today, with more than $568 billion being spent on real estate. So once you're spending that kind of money, a lot of GCC centers are coming, a lot of international companies are coming, a lot of company from Japan and everybody is coming. And if the world is coming, you're gonna give it on rent to them. You're going to get good clientele for rent. So investment is not a problem at all. And in fact, it's the safest bet. It's like, it may not be as appreciated as gold, but it's an asset in your hand as well. And you have to divide your portfolio. I would always say one third, one third, one third. One third keep equity, one third keep gold or something like that, and one third should be real estate. Every person must have something in real estate.
Milind, looking at the global war situation, what do you think? How is it affecting real estate in India?
I think I should not be saying, but it has helped the Indian real estate industry. A lot of investments that were going to Dubai or
Right.
UAE markets have come to India. A lot of investments which are going to Europe are coming to India
Right.
because of the war situation in that zone. US equity is always high. Whenever there's a war, their equity is always good. So the equity is going slightly better out there.
Right.
The funding is moving around. Investors from Japan are coming and investing in India. So for the real estate industry, this is a good period. You just have to be consistent in your deliveries. You just have to be consistent in your quality. You maintain that. I think we will do pretty well for the next 4 or 5 years at least. Nothing less.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Milind, you being an architect, especially design architect, what's your design philosophy while making a house? Openness, greenery, light, ventilation, or amenities?
So, देखो अपने बॉम्बे में आज एक बिल्डिंग बनता है फिर दूसरा बिल्डिंग बन जाता है. So when you open your window, you get blocked. So light and ventilation, you must try and see whether you're able to give maximum light ventilation and cross ventilation. But the next project comes up and it blocks you to the certain extent. Now, what is important is today, post-COVID, everybody wants one balcony or one deck in their flat.
Yes.
You need to come out there, take your 10 minutes of sunlight, refresh yourself, and go back to your world. So for us, designing homes with decks, lighting, cross ventilation are the key elements. Once you're able to achieve good cross ventilation or at least larger windows for living rooms and everything, I think it is a good success story from a user perspective.
Milind, as a customer or as a society, when we are approaching a developer, what are the red flags that we have to see in a developer?
I think I always tell societies that you keep your process of shortlisting into two parts. One is called a technical bid, one is called a financial bid. Financial is कितना ऑफर देता है, उस पर हमेशा बाद में जाओ. पहले टेक्निकल बिड, उसकी क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, कितने साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, उसकी नेटवर्थ कितनी है, उसके डेप्स कितने हैं, उसका प्रॉफिट लॉस स्टेटमेंट क्या है. Your PMC based on the size of your project must identify those. और उसके बाद अगर वो टेक्निकली सेटिस्फाई होता है तो ही करना चाहिए. फिर फाइनेंशियल बिड खोलो. But most important, go to his previous projects of last 5 years, see the quality and meet the people out there. Talk to the people. How was he post-delivery? Whether he was approachable, not approachable, whether all the complaints were addressed to or not. If you find people replying in positive in majority of the aspect compared to the next one you're going to, that's your cool feature.
Right.
But if you find that he has left a project midway because it was not financially viable, absolutely red cross. Because if it depends on your money to do the project, you don't need such developers today.
Right.
It has to be that if he's entering a business, he's coming with the funding. Do you see a car given to you halfway? आधी गाड़ी दूंगा और आधी गाड़ी नहीं दूंगा क्योंकि उसके पास पैसे बनाने मतलब it doesn't work that way, right? अगर उसको 10 गाड़ी नहीं बिके तो आधी गाड़ी बनाएगा सबके लिए. 10 आधी गाड़ी चलेगी नहीं चलेगी ना. So once we don't accept that, why are we accepting this?
Right.
We have to start learning something from the Gen Zs. I mean, you go for the non-acceptance attitude, but go with the millennial approach of experience and knowledge. So you bring together all of this, take the right decision.
And also when we are going for a redevelopment, other than whoever lawyer you have appointed, normal people like us wouldn't know in development agreement what are the points, how can you secure or protect the members while you are doing DA.
Now there are two parts to this. One is people feel कि भाई हम लोग जब टेंडरिंग करते हैं एक बैंक गारंटी मांगनी चाहिए और बैंक गारंटी सबसे ज्यादा मांगने की कोशिश करते हैं. मैं लोगों को बोलना चाहता हूँ कि भाई बैंक गारंटी इन्वोक करने के लिए कभी कभी 1-1.5 साल लगते हैं क्योंकि हैव टू गो टू द आर्बिट्रेटर, वो कोर्ट में जाएगा, इन्वोक करने देगा नहीं. लेकिन कीप हिज सेल कंपोनेंट. ऐसा नहीं हो जाए कि भाई वो प्रोजेक्ट में माल बेच के चले जावे और आपके पास अभी कुछ नहीं है खत्म करने के लिए. सो द कॉस्ट ऑफ योर कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ योर प्रोजेक्ट विच इज बैलेंस एट एवरी स्टेज शुड बी रिजर्व्ड. इवन दो हवा में वाले कम से कम बना के तो बेच पाओगे, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. एंड इट शुड बी रिलीज्ड इन अ रिड्यूसिंग फॉर्मेट. जितना काम करेगा आप उसको रिलीज करते जाओ. सो दैट मेक्स इट इजियर. दूसरी चीज होती है डीए के अंदर. देखो हर इंडिया में हम लोग प्री नप्टियल एग्रीमेंट या वो सब ज्यादा करते नहीं है. सिमिलरली डेवलपमेंट एग्रीमेंट में डिवोर्स का पहले ही सोच लो, और डिवोर्स का एंड ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट पे नहीं सोचना चाहिए. सो इसमें 3 क्रिटिकल एस्पेक्ट है. एक होता है कि भाई लोग बोलते हैं लिक्विडेटेड डैमेजेस. इट्स अ क्लॉज. पर लिक्विडेटेड डैमेजेस को इन्वोक करने का आपको प्रूव करना होता है कि भाई उसके डिले करने से आपको क्या डैमेजेस हुए. मैं कभी रेकमेंड नहीं करता कि आप एलडी लिखो आपके डीए में. आप उसके बदले में 3 चीजें लिखो. एक होता है पेनल्टी, कि अगर उसने 1 साल बोला है, 3 महीना एक्सटेंशन दिया विद पेनल्टी नॉमिनल. अगर वो नहीं कर पाता वो टाइम फ्रेम में भी, तो टर्मिनेशन. कि आप टाइम फ्रेम अपना मत डिसाइड करो, उसको देने दो. उसके ऊपर 3 महीने 6 महीने दो भी देना है पेनल्टी वाले वो दो, और टर्मिनेट करो. टर्मिनेशन भी ऐसे रखो कि ऐसे नहीं कि अगर 4 साल प्रोजेक्ट का दिया है तो 4 साल के बाद हम सोचेंगे. नहीं. आई ऑलवेज टेल पीपल टू गो 3 or 4 steps. द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज डीए हो गए. उसके बाद परमिशन लाने को अगर 12 महीना वो मांग रहा है, 15 दो. नहीं कर पाया, टर्मिनेशन. परमिशन लाने के बाद प्लिंथ खत्म करने के लिए अगर उसको 1 साल चाहिए, 1.5 साल दो. नहीं कर पाया, टर्मिनेशन. उसके बाद आरसीसी कंप्लीट करने को कितना टाइम लगेगा, 2 साल 3 साल. 3 साल दिया, 6 महीना और दो. टर्मिनेट करो. नहीं कर पाया तो. और फिर फाइनली मतलब टर्मिनेशन को अगर हर स्टेज पे उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया या मेंशन नहीं किया तो डर नहीं रहता. अगर वो डर थोड़ा सा रहेगा, देन इट्स अ चेक एंड बैलेंस. द चेक एंड बैलेंस कैन नॉट बी इम्प्लाइड. अगर मैं प्रोजेक्ट के एंड में जाऊंगा तो ना मेरे पास माल बचेगा, ना मेरे पास कोई नया आदमी आएगा करने के लिए, तब तक बहुत बड़ा लॉस हो जाता है. सो यू मस्ट हैव टर्मिनेशन एट वेरियस पॉइंट्स. थर्ड क्लॉज इज स्टेप इन. स्टेप इन क्या होता है कि सपोज आप टर्मिनेट नहीं करना चाहते हो बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाटएवर रीजंस, सोसाइटी विल स्टेप इन एज अ डेवलपर, बैलेंस काम कराएगी, बेचेगी, और अगर कुछ बचा पैसा तो उसको दे देगी, नहीं बचा तो प्रोजेक्ट खत्म हो गया. तो स्टेप इन, टर्मिनेशन एंड पेनल्टी आर द वेरी क्रिटिकल क्लॉजेस इन एनी सोसाइटी डेवलपमेंट. अगर ये चीज आपने बराबर से इनकॉर्पोरेट कर ली, प्रैक्टिकली रखना, एकदम रीजनेबल रहना. डोंट बी अनरीजनेबल. नहीं आप 12 महीना क्यों बोल रहे हो, 6 महीने परमिशन आती है, ऐसा मत बोलिए. अगर उसे 12 महीने लग रहे तो दीजिए, प्लस गिव दैट टाइम. बी रीजनेबल, डोंट बी अनरीजनेबल. लेट हिम कीप अ बफर. ओके, somebody now at least he's being cautious, right? And if it's unreasonable, don't go forward with it. If he's being unreasonable, but be reasonable. And if you maintain this checks and balances at various stages, you're bound to have a successful project.
Super, fantastic. That was quite insightful, Milind, and thank you so much for being here on BU with Shraddha S.
Thank you. Thank you, Shraddha.
And
it's my pleasure to be here with you.
We thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm sure for our viewers and subscribers, it was quite informative and insightful, and we had a great time talking to you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I think this session was fantastic. We had a good question answer session for a long time. And if you like this, please subscribe to BU with Shraddha. And thank you, everyone. Namaste.